Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed this eye look. This is the eye I was wearing a few videos back and I had a lot of people asking to see a tutorial. Honestly, when I was done making this eye look, I really did not think that anybody would want to see it. And I'm so glad that you guys did. I mean, I guess it shows that you guys like more than just the everyday makeup. This is a little bit more funky, but it's fun and I really enjoyed it. This is, however, just an eye and lip tutorial. My skin is going crazy right now. It's like so dry. I have flakiness everywhere. It's just not acting like it normally would, and I went through a whole lot of effort today. Today has been the worst thus far, trying to get it on. I'm keeping you guys at a distance for a reason. So, anywho, a side note before I start the video is I just want to tell you guys, you have been so kind to me and I appreciate you so much. Like the comments you guys have been leaving me and the things you've been saying have been so incredibly sweet, and I am beside myself. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and love you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Now let's jump into this video. I used the requested Kat Von D Thrasher and the Nars Pasiphae. This dual intensity shadow. Both of these that I picked up recently. I put them together because I thought that they were amazing together. So if you'd like to see this eye look, just keep watching. As usual, my brows are already done and I'm going to prime my eyes. Today I am using MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot and this little paddle brush that came with one of the Naked palettes. It's just stiff and synthetic, so it makes it easy for me to get right up here next to my brow. So I'm going to carve out the brow first, just because I have a few hairs here that I want to cover up, because I need to pluck. What can I say? And then I will blend it down and go completely over the lid as well. This really helps if you have any veining on your lid or any discolorations. It will help to minimize the appearance of it and make it a much smoother application. Grabbing Blanc Type from MAC and a MAC 227 and just buffing this all right over where we put that paint pot. It doesn't need to be set, but it just makes blending the shadows that much easier. For my transition shade, I am using Bamboo from MAC. As you can see, this one gets a lot of love from me. This one is just a little softer than soft brown, but if you don't have Bamboo, a soft brown will work. I'm using a MAC 224 and just buffing this all over. You don't need to be too precise with this color. It's just acting as a transition shade. Now this is MAC's Uninterrupted, and I do believe it is being discontinued. However, if you can't get it in the stores right now, I looked online before filming this video and you can get it in the pan. So like these shadows, these smaller ones that are just magnetic, you can get this in a pan as well. So in the case, you can no longer get it, but in the pan you can. And this was 21 and the pan is 14. And this is much, much bigger than the regular eyeshadows. You can see the difference there. But if you don't have this one and you have Bobbi Brown's Camel, that one works too. This is just a super yellow toned brown, which it looks like a baby vomit and I love it. So we all know that's one of the reasons why I got the Kat Von D shadow. So I'm going to put this into my crease. And this shadow is super pigmented, so make sure that you tap off the excess and go right into your crease. And I'm using a MAC 286 to do this. So I'm buffing in windshield wiper motions first and then going in circular motions to move it upward. I am going to add a few layers of this until I get the desired intensity that I want. Oh, I just love this color. I don't use this shade a lot because you can't just go into a store and grab it, but, well, and maybe, I don't know about pro stores, you might be able to get it at a pro store, but most people can't get their hands on it, so I try not to use things like that, but you can order it online, so it's cool. Going back in with that original 224, no product on it, and just buffing around the edges to make sure everything's nice and seamless. Now I'm really trying hard to get this stupid shadow open. I don't know if I'm the only one that has difficulties. There it goes, and I got my finger all in it. But I had a really hard time getting this shadow open. This is Thrasher from the Metal Crush eyeshadow collection from Kat Von D. And I am going to be putting this into my crease and on the outer edges. I'm going to use a MAC 239 to do so. And I'm going to coat this brush pretty well and tap off the extra again so we don't have fallout. So I'm starting on the inner corner and patting this in, going to the outer corner, and then working my way right into the crease. So I'm making like a rainbow, right inner corner, outer corner, and connecting them right here. I guess a bridge would have been a better descriptive word, but I liked rainbow better, so there you go. Back in with the 286 that we used the Uninterrupted on, no product, and just buffing these together, making sure again that it's seamless. Now I'm going to grab a little bit more of Blanc Type on my MAC 242 and just place this on the center of the lid. I want this to kind of make the center pop a little bit. I just don't want it to be a solid color all over the lid when I go in with that little sparkly shadow. It kind of helps to create some dimension to the look. Now for these sparkly glitters. This is Pasiphae. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's what it looks like to me. And this is a Nars Dual Intensity Shadow, and I'm going to grab this on my MAC 242, pretty heavily packed, and then hold on just a second. I am getting a paper towel just in case there's any fallout. I don't want to have the same glitter issue I did last time. So I am putting this underneath my eye to catch any fallout, and then I'm going to start on the inner and outer corner first to put the most pigmentation, and then slightly going over the center. So you can see that that left a little bit of a lighter area on the center, which I think looks nice. And then with the extra, I'm going up into my crease a little bit so the sparkle is brought up. And then grabbing that 286 again and buffing around the edges. Now I'm going to go add some liner. I'm going to do a wing. You guys have seen me do this, so I'm going to skip the process and I'll be right back. All right, so the liner is done, and I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer and clean up on each edge so that we don't have any lingering eyeshadow down here. And I'm using MAC Mineralize and then a 252 to clean it up. Now I'm going to be putting green underneath my lash line. So if you guys wanted to wear something that was a little bit less dramatic, I would say pop either Bamboo or Uninterrupted right underneath the lash line and put a little highlight in the inner corner and you'd be good. But I'm going for the green. So I'm starting off using Minted Eye Kohl from MAC, and this I'm putting into my waterline first. I'm doing this so that it's seamless. If I go and put green underneath, you're just going to see that line of skin, and that's just not cute. So we want to make it a nice seamless green under eye. And then I'm going to bring it down some. So right into the lash line. With a MAC pencil brush, I'm going to softly buff this out. And then on the same brush, I'm going to grab Bottle Green from MAC. Any dark green color will work. We just want to set that liner so it doesn't go anywhere. And I tapped off the extra. I'm going right over top. Clean blending brush and just going right over the bottom half of it so that it's nice and blended and not harsh. I don't remember if I did this in the video or not, if I was wearing it, but I'm going to use a little bit of MAC Nylon, and I'm going to pop this on the inner corner right here. So not up into the eye area here, but more downward and blending it into the green a little bit, just because I want it to brighten up my eyes. There we go, and time for some mascara. I'm using my current go-to, and this is the MAC Upward Lash Mascara. For my false lashes, I'm using the Kardashian Beauty. Yeah, I'll insert the name. These are so pretty, but they are heavy. They do have a thick band, so if you don't like that, skip this, do whatever you're comfortable with and what your favorite lashes are. I just really love how spiky these are, so I'm gonna pop these on. Now while that glue is drying on my lashes, I am going to go ahead and do my lips. Now I do already have MAC's Prep and Prime lip primer on my lips. I always do that before I start so that it's already ready to go when I'm ready to do my lips. If you apply it first, make sure you're waiting at least 30 seconds to a minute. You just want it to get sticky. Yeah, sticky before you put on your lipstick. And I really wanted to use Yash for this look. I do believe that's what I was wearing in the video. However, Yash is in my car and I'm way too lazy to go get it. It's one of my absolute favorites, but we're just gonna go with Peachstock by MAC instead. And then on top, I'm putting the Creamsheen Glass in Rising Sun, also by MAC. So that's the final look, you guys. On my cheeks, I do have a limited edition blush. I apologize. This is Crisp Whites from the MAC Wash and Dry collection. If you have it, use it. If not, use something like Peaches, Melba, Gingerly, anything that has like a nice orangey undertone will look super pretty with this. Anywho, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and come back.